What is up, YouTube? This is Weird Station here, and on this edition of Anime Reactions, we're gonna go ahead and react to the final episode of Kakushigoto, alternatively known as Hidden Things, although we don't say that name anymore. Oh boy, so we're about to figure out what really happened, like what went down that separated Hime and Kakashi. And the last thing as a preview that I heard, and you saw, and to anyone who saw my reaction, and unfortunately, I know not many people are following the show, unfortunately. Hence the very lacking amount of views, not just for my video, but for most others. And it's kind of sad because I feel like this is underrated. He may just said like, am I the what was it? Am I the am I just a love child? If is some basically what was said, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And yeah, that was that just kind of hit me just like, wait, hold up, and I just gotta figure out what's with the mother situation. Even like I know the mother was someone really famous, and I think it was an actor or something, but I don't really remember that well. Okay, so I see Hime is done by Rei Takahashi, which is really nice. She's a good voice actor. We're gonna discover all this. We're gonna know all the real secrets, like what went down that day. We see that President Hime does seem to have sort of a key, is going somewhere to figure out what's gonna happen. To to figure out to get to the bottom of this, whether for better or for worse. I feel like this is gonna be feels anyways because Kakushi may not be dead, but the situation he's in, I'm pretty sure he is something just really a really bad fallout, like financial. Like I already know the custody of his child was bad enough, but everything else is just like just very um this sweet, just very um just very like I can't say like just just to summarize, he's not in a good position though. Like he has, I don't think he really has any job. He's barely living. I don't know where he is living right now. I don't think he's able to live out of an apartment. He's just like at the end, it like has his wits ends probably, but I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm just go ahead and pull this up and get this thing started. This is the final one, guys. It's been nice following this show, and it's really underrated. I'm just gonna say that. Alrighty, let's get to it. For better or for worse. Okay. Kakushigoto final episode in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Yeah, we're getting down to the gritty idiot. No jokes this time. Yeah, we all do. 18th birthday. So on her 18th birthday, she was going to use a lot. She was basically allowed to find out. I wonder if he arranged that. High school student. Oh, brother? No. We just secret love child? Like, no, you're the one. Like, oh, great. I hope it's a joke, but I hope that was all just played off as a joke, but the way it was said during the preview last episode, the preview from last week. I hope I'm ready. Okay. Okay, so it's not that. 시민몽산? Yumi-chan's mother's father. Okay, gotcha. Funny enough, is the father who is not part of that bloodline. What? Wow. I have to hold up. Okay, so I didn't. I sadly I missed some of the details about it because I was trying to. I was look back at it. Fuck. I really need to look back at this later, but I'm on recording. I can't. And I'm on a timer too. I'll just sit tight at this point. Accident. Having connections to Kakushi previously. Jumbo. Oh shit. That's just a weird way the books just all of a sudden just undid themselves. Wouldn't the whole part just fall on him first? But okay, damn. Wait, how do you let that happen? How the fuck do you let that happen? Because some idiots whimsical desire to want to see spoilers. This is why I hate. This is why we all hate spoilers. God damn it. Okay, so that's what happened to him at the time. Now is not the time to jest. Wow. So during all this time, he's been trying to search for, and it stained it. Are you fuck? Oh my. That sucks, man. This is why I hate social media. Social media likes to twist their shit. It's disgusting. It's a double-edged sword, but it's more hurting us than hurting what we than helping us at times. So if the mom have sisters, then so those two. Okay, so those two are related. Hmm? Sensei woke up. Kakushigo, our boy woke up. He's amnesiac. So he was driven. Like, I hate how this man's like he's so full of life when we saw him in the past, and then he's been reduced to this. Yep, do it. Except this is okay. I'm not even gonna joke anymore, man. I'm not. What the f? Because those are the memories he treasured the most, and that's why he kept those. Yeah. is significant to him. Fair enough. He's still struggling this for someone who would have his muscles weakened. He can't even recognize his own daughter. This fucking sucks, man. This really sucks because he is more familiar, significant, and more close to the Hime from back then. He does. It was axed, but at least concluded. It well, yeah. At least let him have that sort of feeling. At least that's the least you can do for him. The good old days, right? The good old days when everyone was happy, everyone was jolly, everyone was naive and wild and had, but still, and like with all the misunderstandings, we're having having fun. This is this is I can he thinks of her as a total stranger that just may be a friend of Hime. You have to think from Hime's point of view of how he feels, how she feels, man. It's just this is not this is not Daijoubu. Yeah, he's not dead, but this is not okay. I don't want to feel like evil. I don't want to seem evil when I say that death would have been a better would have been more merciful. But yeah, I mean he been hiding it from her for all her most of her first decade of her life. Oh, they're all grown up. So the agency is still active, I see. I am impressed that she's able to live by herself all this time. Or maybe with some fundings and all, but yeah, but it would take years. This is how. What's up, man? 90 to hell? Okay. All right. Give him quality time with each other, man. I mean, to be fair, you were young back then. We were like, we. It's not like we're just gonna know any better. You may. Oh no. The way should run though. The painting? You know that feeling when your stomach or your when your stomach really just not feel like it's knotting up? That's how I'm feeling right now. Oh, there's a better agency than Detective Conan's. You gotta hurry, you gotta hurry. I really have to give credit to those who live in this part of the country. Just a lot of walking and running around that way. I wish I was. I wish I was. I grew up in a place like that, not in a very closed up suburban area here. The manga? Oh, oh, his past works. Wait, do I remember? Yeah, he did. Is the remember his past works good? Yeah, that will work. It should work. I was hoping for the paint that painting, but it's all coming back. It's all coming back to him. Because he put so much heart into that into those scripts. It's so significant to him that he remembers all the other memories surround involved with with his daughter, with his crew, former crew, and This is great. That was him growing up. I mean, all it ends well, but I did wish there was more onto the whole thing with the. Are you sure he's gonna be okay? Trying to start back up after what happened? I teared up a little bit when you say I turned 18. Okay, so I did wish the ending was a bit more substantial. I really did. I just kind of wish it wasn't a little bit soured down by some the comedic part at the end, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Like I still like I still enjoyed the journey. Regardless. Uh, all right. So I gotta go back to this part. I need to take a look at this part here. I need to take a look at this part. Hold on. All right, so he's a child of of a kabuki actor and his mistress. Uh, okay, okay. So that was okay. That's so he's basically the. I gotta figure some of this out. So a kabuki actor. So this guy is like this is like like a half brother, basically a half brother. No, wait, no, no, no. I would I don't want to jump to conclusions there. That part was That part was a bit confusing, and I don't think it was explained as well as I wish it was. But let's just say that the family part is quite is was a bit uh was just a bit interesting. Although I just kind of wish it was a better sense of explanation, or at least explain it a bit in more simpler terms. Regardless, the fact that this was a family complication in itself, um, I gotta keep scanning through because I'm okay. I never knew my dad had a younger sister. So okay, so that kind of confirms that I don't think Kakashi was blood was act was initially they didn't know if it was blood related or not, but they actually are related. Okay, so a bit of confusion there. I will kind of take a look at it myself. I mean, I'm not so sure if I'm willing to edit out this part. God damn, this phone on there. I like yeah. I wish there was more. There was more explanation to that. I don't think the anime did it enough. I will kind of check out the manga to see if it's to see the whole explanation on that regard. Uh, but let's be fair. The family thing, the relations and all that was rather complicated to say the least, which more or less but which more or less didn't contribute as much as I thought it was. So apparently, it was the reason for the reason for him going, you know, having having been been separated has to do with him still trying to find his wife who was missing in a boat accident. And he's been doing all that while still writing his manga. And unfortunately, the tablets came out, and of course, social media blew it up, and they drove Kakashi out of his job. So he had to resort to doing plenty of manual labor ones. And needless to say, the accident got him in a coma, which pretty much explains Ime's initially being alone, and we were left in the dark as to where he's at. I thought that he may have just died, or he was had to be separated for custody issues. But I don't think custody was even much of an issue either. Well, based on what the anime showed, it was more so that she was on her 18th birthday. She was finally given the keys by this woman that he he met here. Let's see. So this was the one that guy's mom who is who is affiliated with. Yeah, this is a little bit confusing. I will check this out later. It didn't explain, but this one was the one who ends up giving Hime the key to that house, and that's where she found all those all those items. Like found out what her father has been doing all that time. So the usual amnesiac thing, of course, when Kakushi wakes back up, is that his memories regress to when Hime was 10, and then he was still having his sort of manga series going on. This was before the whole fallout happened, and he didn't remember him. He didn't remember him. Well, he only remembers the 10-year-old one, not the one that has already been to middle school and now is at a high school age. So it was. This that was difficult from Hime's from when you think from Hime's point of perspective, and what they had to try to do was to at least try to jolt his memories by at least trying to recreate the little studio in a way to where he is still drawing the his manga and all. And I have to say that that had to be just very tough for her to be addressed as that, to be addressed as a stranger by her father, who has been in a coma for quite a while due to accident. I'm gonna say that the nature of the accident itself was just dumb. The gate the tear in the load of magazines was caused by someone who wants to by. I don't think I'm pretty sure it's not just some customer. Like, I'm pretty sure it's by some idiotic coworker who wanted spoilers, and so decided to tear his ass through and grab one of the copies to see for himself. Very, very ill, very, very ill advised, and I know it's probably may not always be like a commodity. Like, it's not something. I'm not so sure if it's something common or something rare when someone does like that. Like, I know an accident can happen, like accidents like that can happen, but off of someone who just wanted spoilers. Like, you really have to crack down on that. I don't. But then again, like, Kakushi was going to place after place, and I don't think the company managed its workers too well, like tell them, like, or discipline them well enough, and then hence what led to the accident. So yeah, this is kind of a warning, to in a way. I mean, provided if anyone who knows about businesses and all, or manual labor companies, like, ever watched this anime. But yeah, it was a very unfortunate accident, and I do like, and while I do appreciate how everything turned out all right in the end, I just kind of wish there was more emotional weight. But I will say that being told by your amnesiac father that what she didn't really wish for was to keep drawing manga, but was for his very son, or in this case daughter, to grow up, and she is telling this to his grown up daughter right before him. You have to realize how hard that is for her to take, and so she decided to really take action and take out those archives that she had uncovered from back when, because of the key, because she was able to access it because of the key, and show it to Kakushi, and that was able to jolt his memories, and hence he was able to remember everything up to that point, including the stuff that wasn't really that was kind of happening off screen. He may just kind of growing up, turning into, like, going to middle school, them having to move to an apartment because work wasn't going well, and due to the aforementioned controversy, it all came back to him. I kind of wish it wasn't played off a bit too lighthearted, but I do like how there was still the pathos still really kind of hit at the end. Like, did I really want to be more somber or tragic? I wouldn't be against that, but I don't. But I'm not gonna. But I'm not gonna say this is a total waste of an ending. I just kind of wish there was a better a better way to wrap it up. But then again, it is 12 episodes, and they really just had to wrap things up. I will I don't know if I'm gonna read the manga straight up, but I do want to I will try to check the final chapter, which is going to be, I heard it's 58 pages. I don't know if it's gonna be the same as how the anime did it. I doubt it, but then again, there's a possibility. But I think they would explain things better. I mean, this is literally what would have been 58 pages, the episode worth, this is literally like a 24 episode, and there's you got to consider 58 pages, worth of 50 plus pages worth of info. I don't think a single episode will be able to contain that. I mean, I don't think, well, to be fair, I don't think, unless if the individual pages don't have much context to begin with, I don't think a single episode can really properly cover a 50 plus page chapter, which are rare nowadays. So yeah, I still find this a very, very solid overall positive experience. I just wish stuff could have gone much better, much more deeper. But I don't regret following this all the way, because I still got what I want. In the end, it is still the theme of the sense of wholesomeness and the comedy and the comedic takes and all, and knowing when to put the fields in. If it really and when I really think about it, and even though I still think it could do better, if it really wanted to go full on somber, a really, really tragic sense of an ending, it would ruin the whole identity of this show. It would be quite a ways to finish it, but I don't think it would fit. Yeah, it would just be it would just not be a pleasant experience. It would just not be a pleasant experience. And this is the kind of show that is not meant, that its intention was not really to give you a fucked up, to give you one of these emotionally fucked up endings, like just a nasty twist or something. So yeah, I mean, but it still could have handled things better, but I don't think it did. I don't think it truly was half-assed, but I just felt like it really had to wrap things up. I mean, you're doing this within 20 minutes is not an easy way to go, especially when you're trying to explain everything. And I felt like the explanation could have been better, but then again, there was a sense of time. I really think, but I don't know whether or not the source material has enough for 2 cours. I have no knowledge on that. But I did like what I see nonetheless. I just wished it could have been more. I'm not gonna just settle for that part, for that regards. At least they have the happy ending, and Kakushi was able to get back to work. Although here's the thing, Kakushi, based on what I've seen in that last scene, Kakushi's is obviously not the main the main the guy that's standing around. He's not the one that runs the studio. Rasna does in this case. I mean by this time Rasna probably already has her own little studio. She kind of just is one of those that kind of went off with her own debut and started her own kind of series, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. There, like, the shortcomings is that I feel like there should have been more, better explanations for stuff here and there, and the emotional impact should have been should have been a little bit more amped up. But I did like it. Did still have that peak, and it still did what it needed to do, at least for me. So yeah, that is pretty. But other than that, that is pretty much the final season of. I mean, the final season, the final episode of Kakushigoto, and it's gonna pretty much do it for all the Kakushigoto reactions. Definitely gonna check out that last chapter of the manga when it does come out to see how things end differently. But I don't regret watching this anime at all because it's still growing. Like, this is still, I still feel like this is really underrated. I don't think it's great, but I do think it is underrated because people think it's a little too sappy or milquetoast or something like that, and that's what can cause people to avoid these sort of shows at times, which is understandable by all means, but sometimes a bit unjustified at times or often. But yeah, so smash that like button if you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're interested in getting notifications and updates, just hit the bell icon below. Also, check out links to the description of this video if you want to follow me on other social media platforms, which include my Twitter and my analyst and my anime list. You can also check out the other profiles I support, the other YouTube channels I support as well. But on that note, guys, that'll do it for this edition of Anime Reactions. So until then, this is Real Station signing off. See you next time, and take care.